Today, I'm going to be making this Duncan Hines Perfectly Moist Orange Supreme Cake. This was $2.99 at Publix. I did look for it at Walmart. Our Walmart did not have it, but yours may. We only have seen it in Publix. You need 1 cup of water, 3 large eggs, and half a cup of vegetable oil. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then you need to pick out which kind of pan you want. You can use 2 8-inch rounds. You can use 2 9-inch rounds. You can use a butt pan like I'm using here. You can make a 9 by 13. You can make 24 cupcakes. So really, it's completely open. It's whatever you want to make. I want to make a glaze like this to go over the top of mine, and I think it just looks prettier in a bundt pan, so I'm going to use a bundt pan. Baker's Joy, you cannot beat this stuff. So I really brag about parchment paper, but I also brag about Baker's Joy. They're like, it's wonderful because it already has like the oil and the flour built in. And I have learned with the bundt pan, don't be afraid to spray it, because that's what makes it come out easy, is when you spray it really well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our cake mix and pour it in our bowl. And then we're going to mix together our eggs, water, and oil. And I am doing this by hand just because you can. You don't have to get your mixer out. You don't even have to get your hand mixer. And it works perfectly fine this way. And I would love to show you all that you don't always have to use fancy gadgets or something like that to get it to work. But it says the bundt pan, it says 33 to 36 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for probably 33 minutes is the low end. I will probably set my timer for 33 minutes. And then I'll check on it. But then, of course, once it comes out, I'll let you know how long it took to bake. But basically with this, you're just stirring everything together, getting all the lumps out of it. And then I'll pour it into my bundt pan and we'll be ready to bake. And it smells very orangey. It smells like, honestly, it smells like baby aspirin. Bare baby aspirin. Low end of the time for a bundt cake is 33 minutes, and that's perfect for my bundt cake. I took it out. It looks good. Now I have to let it cool completely before I make the glaze. So I have a flat cake pan, and I'm just going to turn this over on it. And I felt it fall. So definitely came out. There we go. And my pan, just a little dirty, not bad at all. So in order to make my glaze, I have a cup of powdered sugar. I am going to use a teaspoon of orange extract, and then I have some milk, and I will probably use a couple of tablespoons of milk. It's just a matter of how thick or how thin you want it. Used about 2.5 tablespoons of milk for the 1 cup of powdered sugar, and that looks thick enough to me. So now I'm just gonna pour this over the top. I'm going to cut into it and we'll see how it looks. There we go. And it does look nice and orange. So this says it is made with orange juice and other natural flavor. It's a 15.25 ounce or 432 gram box. It says a tenth of the package is 170 calories, but that's before you add oil and 3 eggs. Yeah. So that's going to change.
Dry ingredients.
Yeah, that's going to change significantly. This is distributed by ConAgra Brands, and they do show a picture of a loaf cake on the back. But if you want to make that, you need to go to duncanhines.com to figure out how to make it, because they're telling you need to go there. Okay.
My fork has glaze all over it, so I'm just gonna pick with my fingers.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the cake itself without the glaze.
Nice orange flavor.
You do get orange. It's not terribly. I did that. I thought you would like some extra.
I know.
glaze.
That's what I was saying. That's why I couldn't try just the cake with my fork.
It's not like it smelled a lot stronger than what it tastes.
I agree. Although it does have it in there.
It does, but it's a nice, pleasant, light orange. It's nothing strong.
You eat it with that glaze though. Where it's got that orange extract. It really adds a lot of flavor to it.
We just happen to have orange extract in the cabinet, or I bought it for something else. And I think you can keep those for a long time in the cabinet. And so that's why I used it. If we hadn't have had the orange extract, I would have just used powdered sugar and milk. But I do think it really adds a lot to the overall flavor.
Oh yeah.
Do they not make orange frosting to go with the orange cake?
No.
And if they don't, why don't they?
I don't know if I've seen the orange frosting. I mean, they might. I don't know.
Well, I knew that this orange cake existed. And I thought, I want to make that orange cake. And I told Kevin about it. And so we went to Walmart, and Walmart didn't have it. And it was like, I said, I know I've seen it. Well, and then I remembered it was Publix where I had for sure seen it. So I don't know why it wouldn't be at all the stores. I guess it's by popularity or whatever. But it does surprise me that there's not an orange frosting that I know of to go with it.
It's just like that. Oh, is it cherry chip or whatever?
That's extremely hard to find.
Extremely hard to find around here.
Yeah.
In your area, you might have it at 20 stores, but around here, they don't have a lot.
And Jean, our friend in Kentucky, anytime Jean finds that cherry chip cake, she mails it to me, because she lives in a different part of Kentucky. I don't want to give out her address, but where she lives, they get that cherry chip cake and frosting. We don't see it here. It's like a rare thing here. But I'm not the only one that has trouble finding that. Because I've heard people in California say that they have a hard time, that's their favorite cake too, and they have a hard time finding it in California. But California might not even sell it anymore because it might have some kind of chemicals.
Right.
I have no idea.
They're funny about the laws.
Rules are different in California for things that you're allowed to eat versus things you're allowed to inject. It's just different. Yeah, it's a different state.
Yeah.
I do like this though.
I do like this. I like it better with the glaze than just the plain cake, of course. If you did have
sweeter.
If you did have an orange frosting or something like that, that would be good too. It needs something to add a little bit more orange to it, because the orange in the cake itself is not very strong.
It really isn't enough orange. You really, yes, I agree.
You need the glaze. You need something with orange.
You really do. I said you can make the glaze even if you don't have an orange extract.
And that would add the sweetness.
It would add sweetness to it, but to get a little bit of that, to knock it up a little bit, you really need some extract. And it wasn't too much. 1 teaspoon was plenty, and it didn't overpower it or anything like that. It wasn't too strong. I was wondering, okay, so they recommend on the box Duncan Hines creamy cream cheese frosting.
Oh, that would completely destroy any orange flavor.
I think so too. I think cream cheese, you're going to taste the cream cheese.
But it's also funny, every picture they show is with a glaze.
It's with a glaze, and it also has like a lot of like orange pieces in here.
They said something about a marmalade on the side.
Oh, spread a half cup of orange marmalade between cooled cake layers.
Yeah. So you could take a round cake and cut it. And
yes. If you did 2 9-inch, 2 8-inch
or just put
rounds
that in the middle.
And then put orange marmalade in the middle. Yeah.
And then you could do a glaze on top.
That would be delicious. And that would add
a lot of that orange flavor.
Right. So you could do that without having to buy the orange extract. Yeah. I do like it though. Just know it is a very light orange flavor, and you're probably going to want to add something else.
Yeah, at least I
orange
do.
Yeah. So I'm glad you liked it.
I do. I'll eat another piece.
So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.